we should maybe wait. This is my second live on Instagram ever.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that cool? Have you done any Instagram lives?
I don't know. Probably
not. Hi guys. I was sent a request to be in your live video. I didn't even know you could do that.
See, there's too many fancy things with Instagram now.
So we're here to celebrate and tell you guys about the release of my new video, Make a Move, and new song, actually. And Kavita here choreographed it, and we went through weeks of training, and we wanted to just give you a little peek behind the scenes. So, how do I just get rid of these things? Sorry, guys. Okay.
We're back on. Okay.
Back on. Here we go.
So we're just going to ask each other a few questions back and forth about the process and, looking at the questions you guys have as well. But I'm going to actually start by asking Vidya a few questions.
Okay.
So what was your inspiration behind writing this song and the music behind it, and what prompted it?
So Shankar actually had a track, the background track that was actually used in the promo for it, and I heard it and I just felt, this feels kind of sultry but also simple at the same time. So we were in Joshua Tree with our really good friends, Sam Shui and Casey Brevis, who are also phenomenal musicians, who wrote the song with us. We were all talking about some ideas, and I really wanted it to be kind of this specific situation where maybe you and someone have been like flirting for a while, or there's some vibes between you guys, and it's definitely mutual and consensual, and so, but you're just waiting for that person to make a move because you've already given all the signs and you've let them know, or maybe you've tried to already make a move and you're just waiting for them to, make that move to take the relationship to a next step. Boom.
Because you've kind of given the permission, basically, to say that that's okay.
So in a way, I also want it to be where you're in control. Like, I'm in control of the situation, and I'm letting you make a move on me. And I'm telling you, yes, this is okay, and you can make a move on me. So that was kind of the idea, for the song, and it kind of wanted to be repetitive, a little bit simple, and things that also very like vocal production wise, just very airy, higher, which is why the vocals feel a little bit like high and in falsetto a little bit. So,
yeah, it's definitely a different vibe than a lot of your other songs.
Exactly. So a lot of it, a lot of the original songs, I'm always trying to sing like in my normal range. But this time I was like, you know what? Let's start the verse a little bit higher. So when we were all sitting and writing together, I think it was actually Sam that had the idea to have a higher vocal going into a lower chorus in a way. So it's like kind of like, usually if you listen to songs, they usually start lower in the verse, and then go higher into the chorus. So if you think about it, we wanted to kind of reverse that in this.
Very
so that's
cool.
Kind of the inspiration and the production of the song.
From there, obviously you had such a strong viewpoint in terms of what the song meant and how you perceived in it. How did that lead you to then directing it? Because this is your first time directing a video, right?
Yes. Woo! First time directing. I had such a strong vision for it as soon as we recorded the demo vocals. As soon as I sang the demo vocals, I was like, I want everybody to be in red, and I want it to be something where... Someone might be at the door, guys.
See who it is.
Also, I just want to make sure that I'm seeing everyone's questions in a second, but I don't know how to get rid of these notifications. Okay, anyway. So in terms of direct, so I had a very clear vision. I was like, everyone wants to be in red, and I needs to be in this like kind of gritty warehouse, and come say hi, Neil. And so I didn't feel like anyone else could, I don't think there was any room for anyone else to come in and kind of, make, also it was low budget, so.
No, but you, even from the moment you told me about the song, your vision was so clear as far as
just
like
sit on a chair, start on a chair.
Yeah.
I was like, I need, so for sure. And I also thought it would be more powerful for me because it is a song that I've never done before in terms of the mood and vibe. It's a little bit sultry, it's sexy, and I've never done that, never showed that kind of side of me yet. And I thought, I want to direct that, and I want it to be through my eyes and through kind of the way I want to tell that story through the movement. So that was actually the biggest motivation for me to direct it.
Yeah, that's wonderful, because I think it's also sometimes as a woman that's a singer, and when you're in that kind of exposed space, it's nice to know that it's still through your viewpoint versus kind of letting it go and who knows what would happen in the edit and how people would then perceive it, and the way that it can easily be manipulated, because now we've added that element of male dancers and it being sultry. So again, being able to still have your clear viewpoint on how what you feel the song to be, and not letting it turn into something else.
Right. And I think that so much today is like so many, songs or videos, I feel like a lot of female sensuality specifically is for the male gaze and through the male gaze. Usually it's usually male directors or male choreographers or what have you. And I feel like it's very powerful when women, choreograph that and women work on that together to tell their kind of side of the story and their experience of that.
True.
So that's my way. And also in terms of choreography, how did you, when you first heard the song, how did you come up with the movement on the chair and movement, in the choruses? Because it obviously builds an energy, the last part of the chorus is super hard hitting. So how did you think of that and that kind of progression?
I think it really helped that you had such a strong viewpoint, and you were like, I want to start in the chair, I want it to be like this, and very clear that you wanted it to be sultry but still classy, which is something that I love to do, is because as women we do have that femininity in the way to move in certain ways that are beautiful, but again, it's especially now in the dance world, that line gets so blurred and so crossed all the time. So it's nice that we can collaborate on that vision together. So it was actually kind of a different approach I took to choreographing this song than usual. We've done a lot of videos together at this point, and I think I knew that you wanted to dance the whole time.
I
did. So it wasn't really about necessarily what I knew the dancers could do and what their skill level was. It was, I honestly sat right here in this living room and I had the lights low and I would just listen to the song. I don't know if I even told you this, but I just listened.
Tell me this.
Listened to it over and over, and I myself danced, kind of putting myself in your shoes and in kind of into the lyrics more, and just kept doing it over and over by myself in this space. Like usually I always have assistants that I call in and say, let me set this choreography on you, because they're dancers and I will set it on them and I know what it'll look like on a dancer. But I was like, I need to know how this is going to feel for you in your body. So it was a much different approach, and so I just kind of kept doing it over and over and let it build. And then I kind of told you throughout the process when I was teaching you, nothing was really set until I saw it on you. So it was more of a collaboration in terms of choreography, where like I would have to see it on your body and then be like, okay, that's not reading, that's not quite the vibe we want. And then having just kind of a clear, like, the words they use are like sultry and simple. So the choreography isn't crazy. It's not like, let's hit the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 like every beat. It's kind of simplifying movement in a way that reads, but then also still, like you said, the energy is like, the choruses are such these hard dance breaks. So still having that time where you can just like really get into it, because as a listener, as somebody that's listening to it and jamming it to myself, I was like, I just want to dance hard in these moments.
You want to just go at it.
So I think it really was kind of a different approach for me as well, because it never was set, even until the day of the shot.
That's
because
true. Day of the shoot, we
kept
were changing.
So, and especially because we wanted it to be a full dance video. Like, the entire thing was dance. It was it had to be manipulatable, and we had to be making sure that it worked in all aspects. Once we added the dancers, once we added the space, once we added the choreography of the camera, the lights, all of it was really not until we were shooting did I feel like we knew what it was.
Right. Yeah. And fun fact, we were technically going to be making it a one-take video, but on the day of and after we did a few one-takes, we were like, maybe this feels like a more edited kind of video. So that's why I'm always dancing like all the way to the end and fully, my hair is fully like sweaty because
that is real sweat in the video. That is not real fake body oil or anything. Full sweat.
Full sweat. So
on everyone.
Right. So that was fun. I feel like when I was specifically recording the song, I felt it was very